It is T-shirt day on BBC Radio 6 Music, and I am very happy to be joined live in the studio this Thursday evening then. James D. Bradfield, Nicky Wire. It's our one-off, one-on with Manic Street Preachers. How are you both?
We're good, thank you.
Yeah, nice to see you, Hugh.
Is that a massive pile of T-shirts I see next to you?
Really big pile.
Yeah. I could have brought a lot more, to be honest. Seeing yours, I feel a bit under, I should have really delved deep.
Well, we can't wait to go through all of your T-shirts for the next hour, but it would be rude if we did not start with some Manics. It's Manic Street Preachers. Our guests now on 6 Music for T-shirt day. Well, let's talk Manic's tees then, Nicky.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the one? This one, hang on. So I've been wearing this one today. Bought at a gig you did here in Cardiff a couple of years ago now.
Yes.
But you hadn't seen this one before, James.
I'd forgotten about it, and then he said that he reminded me of it straight away.
It was a cartoon with a really good review of the album in Mojo, which we just bought the rights for.
Yeah.
Because just thought it looked good.
And turned it into your own tee. So do you keep all the Manics T-shirts? Because I know you're a completist and a collector.
I might have fallen off a couple post-COVID. I might have missed a few, but up until that point, I'd had one off every tour we'd ever done in every country we'd ever done.
And when you go to different countries, say you tour in, I don't know, Japan or something, James, will there be a special run of T-shirts just for there?
Yeah, and then just recently, when we did like a kind of 2 legs, one in America and one in Asia with suede, you kind of become aware that those T-shirts they can be quite rare one day, because it's a joint Manics and suede tour. So I came back from America, especially with lots of those T-shirts, and you might say it's a print run of around about 3,000 T-shirts or 4,000, something like that. Quite limited edition, really, isn't it?
Definitely so, especially the joint ones.
Yeah, and you've brought a Manics tee in.
This one is mint. It's 32 years old. It's from the Generation Terrorist tour.
I wouldn't call it mint.
And, it is, this is worth a decent amount of money. This is in a lockup. I went to the lockup especially for you, Hugh.
Oh, thanks.
Because all my Manics T-shirts are sealed in Vax packs.
Okay.
And, it's a beautiful thing. Generation Terrorist tour. I've tried to find the Motown Junk one as well, because that is apparently worth a bit as well, but I couldn't dig it out in time for you.
Okay, well, we appreciate you bringing that one in. It's a mix between a long sleeve and a short sleeve, that.
Yeah.
And that was your own...
It was like a baseball thing.
It's post-baggy culture as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And,
was it? Right.
I remember famously in Buckley, Tivoli, when I was Swagman, there were so few people there, he didn't even put the swag up.
Yeah, we didn't sell one T-shirt. He was nearly crying at the end. And that was that then where just the minute you finished the last song, it turned into a banging nightclub.
Right, okay, no time for merch.
No.
Would you have jumped off stage and sold your own merch at the early
Never.
days?
No. No, you've got to have a clear line between... between being doing a hod carrier and kind of being a musician. I used to do the loadout on Generation Terrorist, but that felt like a good socialist thing to do. But you can't be selling your own merch. Only comedians do that.
It's brilliant. I'm so excited to see what other teas you've brought in. So it's one off, one on. So I'll take my Manics tee off, and I'm going to put my Sunflower Bean T-shirt on. Because I know you love this band, James and Nicky.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
She sung with you, Julia Sunflower Bean, duetted with you, James.
She did, yeah. As a band, they became a bit of an obsession. Post-COVID, was it? Or just before?
I can't remember that around that time. 22 in particular, 22.
Yeah. And then, so we all got into them. I went to see him at the Globe. You were at that gig as well.
Yes.
You gave me and my dear wife a lift home that night. Thank you.
No, it was just you.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just you, yeah.
Did my wife just go off into the night and just...
Something like that, yeah.
She was at the gig.
I gave you a lift home. They were brilliant. And they had
amazing.
Great... they supported you, didn't they?
And they did, yeah. And kind of like... it was kind of... They supported us, Cardiff Castle, and they had a really good set, didn't they? With people on people's shoulders, and they would go mad, and had a good drink with them after. Kind of, it was just a really beautiful, balmy Cardiff Sunday night. It really was.
And then with the secret he had missed, it just Julie was the first choice, and we did say if you could make it sound as ABBA-esque as possible, really clipped and not oversung, which she just did it perfectly. She was really brilliant to work with.
Yeah, I love hearing her sing about being on a beach in Tenby.
Indeed.
It's beautiful. But we're not going to play that. We're going to play War Watcher. This is Sunflower Bean. It's one off, one on. It's T-shirt day with Manic Street Preachers here on 6. War Watcher, that's Sunflower Bean on 6 Music on T-shirt day. Hello, Mark in Manchester says, I'm just having a moment singing along to every word of Stay Beautiful whilst doing the washing up in a very old Manic shirt. Do you approve, Nicky Wire?
Oh, indeed. Cleaning and a Manic's T-shirt. Does not get any better.
That's beautiful. So you were talking off here then while Sunflower Bean were playing about first ever T-shirts, James. Do you remember buying a band T-shirt?
Yeah, so I went to see Echo and the Bunnymen with Richie and Sean. I think you dipped out on that one. But we went to see him in Bristol on the Ocean Rain tour. So I think that's 1985. And I bought the kind of the classic Echo and the Bunnymen logo, you know, with that kind of half man, half rabbit silhouette kind of thing.
Beautiful.
Bought that. I think it lasted about 6 months, and then it just fell to pieces because I wore it, you know, when I was sitting my dog's walk up the mountain, everything. It just disintegrated, you know.
I can remember you wearing
Yeah, it was a good T-shirt, really good T-shirt. I remember having just enough money to buy it, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So that was my first one.
What about you, Nick?
It was Whitesnake. Not that I went to the gig, but I remember I was in the fan club. It's just come back to me. It was Whitesnake, ready and willing.
So you got that through the post?
Yeah, I got it through the post. I was in the fan club, and I drew it for my art O-level as well.
Didn't your brother bring any back from you for
he
his
had
gigs?
Rush, obviously.
Yeah.
Matt had loads of Rush T-shirts, which I might have nicked. But yeah, my first one, there's a picture of me with my dog Lucy, and it's a Whitesnake. It's a big snake, obviously.
You went to Swansea Uni, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
So would you have gone to see bands playing around then?
Yeah, I had a little brief sojourn in Portsmouth Polytechnic. Don't go into it. It's a long story. But I did see House of Love up there. Very early House of Love, which was brilliant, I have to say. And then I transferred to Swansea, and there was a nightclub in Port Talbot called Raffles, where we saw
which was amazing.
A wedding present to Lula Gosh, and we'd sleep rough. We'd literally go down there and sleep in the station.
Yeah, in the little bus station kind of thing. Yeah, they were brilliant gigs, absolutely amazing.
And would they sell T-shirts?
No, because back then, if an indie band, like if Wedding Present came along, they would sell some T-shirts.
Yeah, they would
because they were together, they had it together. But other indie bands, if you went to see them, like My Bloody Valentine, when they were supporting, who were they supporting?
Soup Dragons.
That was
Tree Forest Polytechnic. What a gig!
They weren't selling T-shirts, and this is the early version of My Bloody Valentine before they became
the best version.
Loveless. Don't go there. But you were talking, you had people sending messages in earlier, and somebody said they were an old Gary Newman Berserker T-shirt. Me and Sean were at that concert in St David's Hall. We went to that tour, bought bootleg T-shirts outside, which is a whole little substrata.
That's a different programme.
And it lasted 3 weeks. The transfer just came off. It did, yeah.
Don't buy unofficial merch.
Well, don't say that.
It falls apart.
People got to make a living.
Okay. Public Enemy. Have you got a Public Enemy T-shirt?
I have, yeah. So it's the classic Crosses one, but this is like, it's kind of like being a revolving member in one of those like a manufactured pop groups. I keep losing them, and all my life I keep rebuying the same T-shirt all my life. So I had the white one at first, the classic Crosses, like Public Enemy logo. I was wearing that from 1990. I'd wear it everywhere, Germany, Britain, wherever we went.
It's in loads of pictures.
Then I'd lose it. Then I'd buy another one. Then I'd lose it. So it's like Doctor Who. It's like the 8th incarnation of that T-shirt, basically. And
we used to joke that the T-shirt could walk on itself because he used to wear it so much.
And basically, it's like, it used to get me out of so much trouble. You turn up, you're hungover, you go to do an interview, a photo session, you wear a Public Enemy T-shirt, nobody asks you any questions, you go, oh yeah, that's cool. It's just, it's just like, yeah, it's Public Enemy, that's cool, you can wear that.
Perfect, yeah. Perfect. Let's play a track. What have you chosen tonight, James?
Is it Black Steel on the Hour Chaos, or She Was Channel Zero?
We've got Black Steel, yeah. Let's do that.
That's just a great story in one song. It's brilliant.
I got a letter from the government the other day.
Fontaines DC with Big. I've been sporting my Fontaines t-shirt earlier on. Look at this text here which says, I was at that Buckley Tivoli gig. This is Steve Nicky Wire who says, I wish I'd bought a tea, but I spent all my money on Mickey Mouse, which is half lager, half bitter. It's a Buckley thing, says Steve. Even my taxi money. Good gig, if underwhelming crowd numbers.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming, Steve. You're one of the few. The chosen few.
We got through it.
It's a lovely, lovely message. James and Nicky with us till 7 o'clock tonight on T-shirt day. Lovely bit of Public Enemy as well. So you'd have seen them playing over the years as well, James.
I gotta admit, never.
Oh, no.
Never, no,
Did you
no.
know one of their London gigs?
I did exchange pleasantries with Terminator X at the breakfast buffet in Edgware Road, in a hotel in Edgware Road before we played Red.
Metropole.
The Metropole. And he just had the biggest mountain of red breakfast, and he just looked at me and went, "Look at these beans, man." I was just like, I like his style to him, you know. And then, he seemed like a good chap. I felt a bit too awkward to get his autograph at the breakfast buffet. I wish I had, but that was before our first Reading appearance. That was.
Yeah.
Wow. But
Nerves were high.
Great story to tell. Nikki, give us another T-shirt from your collection.
What do you want, Hanoi Rocks or Kylie?
Oh, give us Hanoi Rocks. Yeah, who are Hanoi Rocks?
Hanoi Rocks were like a modern day New York Dolls.
Okay.
In my mind, anyway, you know, and I'm really glammy. I was on my own in my appreciation of them for a while, and I remember we used to do these trips with heavenly bands who were extremely too cool for school, so to speak, and we were allowed to put cassette, mixtapes on, and I'd put Hanoi Rocks on, and it didn't go down particularly well with Bob Stanley and East Village. But
Martin Kelly, who we love, he's a brilliant bloke.
And Bob, yeah.
He went, "Dude, what are you doing?" And then he grew to appreciate it.
Yeah, they're just. I just love the kind of flamboyance of them.
And you've still got the T-shirt.
Indeed, yes.
I think my in for them was their cover of Up Around the Bend, which is a Creedence cover.
Creedence cover, yeah.
Right. Oh, where did you get that? Do you remember? Was that at a gig?
No, this is just a lot of I do buy a lot of T-shirts in shops, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Not all gigs.
No.
I'm always looking for T-shirts wherever I'm around the world. I got a feeling this might have been, what's the Kenny Market.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I used to go Kenny Market. For anyone who does, Kensington Market was just the greatest place on earth.
And Tower in Dublin used to have a great little selection.
Still has.
Well. Is it?
When
there we go.
Last time we were there, I bought the Highway 61 Revisited T-shirt.
Nice. Still browsing for T-shirts. We're going to play some McCarthy now. This is one of yours. Have you got a T-shirt that accompanies this, James?
Well, we've got, I think it was sent to Nick initially, and it's a fan-made one because I have never seen a McCarthy T-shirt.
Tell us about McCarthy.
Well, they were like a poetic socialist tract that was kind of like a soundtrack to music. And I was... What was it? The 12-inch I like was Red Sleeping Beauty, which was just about like somebody just hoping. I think the song was about hoping that socialism would come back and be a good force in the world again.
Mid-80s, is it?
Is it?
Yes,
84, 85.
85.
Starting the Pink label, I think.
Yeah,
and
for the Wolfhounds.
We all loved them. I think we all conjoined on it. Nick especially played the album I'm a Wallet. I started out with Red Sleeping Beauty 12-inch, and a fan kindly sent this because we've done three McCarthy covers. I think we've done.
Yeah, and a fan read because I'd said we could never get a McCarthy T-shirt.
Yeah,
so a beautiful fan, and we get this a lot. I've got an amazing sunflower bean T-shirt which was sent by a fan. I should have brought it in, but yeah, they sent that in, so me and James have kind of wore it intermittently.
And Tim went on to be in Stereolab and stuff, so
yeah. Oh yeah. And you've covered We Are All Bourgeois now.
Yeah, it's one of our best covers, I think.
Yeah, and what did this come out
Secret
on?
track on Know Your Enemy.
Okay. I love your secret. At the end of the CD?
Yeah.
Or at the beginning?
End.
So you let the last track play and then it goes on.
32 seconds, perhaps?
So on streaming, it would just be a standalone track?
I would think so,
yeah. Yeah. Let's play it. This is McCarthy, the Manic Street Preachers' choice on T-shirt day. This is We Are All Bourgeois Now. McCarthy, We Are All Bourgeois Now, chosen by Manic Street Preachers, our guests tonight here for the final hour of T-shirt day. Well, it's the final hour on air. Every day can be T-shirt day, of course. We've been loving seeing your pictures on text and WhatsApp. And we've still got a lot of records and T-shirts to go through. Can you tease us, Nick, in a DJ style of what's coming up in the final 30 minutes?
Got an absolutely classic Kylie, 91. I used to wear this in all photo sessions for The Enemy, a Melody Maker.
Tell you what, we'll play Kylie then out of the news, and then you can tell us all about your T-shirts. Do you want to tease us with one as well, James? Something we can look forward to.
I think two heavenly T-shirts.
Okay.
We will play some heavenly tracks to tribute to that lovely record company.
Okay, that's coming up. Right now, let's get the latest news. It's 6:30. Oh, that must bring back some lovely memories, does it, James, that one? Kylie and Some Kind of Bliss.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, we loved doing it. It felt like it was a great symmetry to actually being asked to do, for us to write a song for her and then just produce a record. But it didn't quite fly in the charts the way we wanted it to.
Didn't it? Was that not a number one smash hit single?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But
a lovely
22.
song. Was it 22, Jim?
I think so. I was 16. I can't remember. I remember going into Woolworths in Newport to buy it because I wanted to buy it. I wanted to have a copy. And the bloke behind the counter went, he didn't recognise me. He went, I'm not sure about this new Kylie single.
Yeah. Oh, no. Did you get it on CD single?
I did. I still got it.
So if you've got all those T-shirts in a lockup, are all your CDs in a separate one?
Yeah, I have decanted my CD singles. So I've taken the covers off and put them in one of those big, store things. But yeah, I got a good collection of CDs. I had an underrated format, the CD single.
Are you a CD man, James?
I love the way they were. I love the way they sounded. I think they're underappreciated in terms of the tech of the CD. It was very reliable, I think. Sturdy. I mean, famously, you could tip a can of beans on them and still play it.
I prefer the sound. I get so bored with this. Analog's got more width than vinyl. You get more sound frequencies. I like it because it's all crushed and digital.
You don't mind that. Look, this is Dan in Sheffield who says, I love that Kylie track. I'm wearing my leopard print heart Manix tee from Millennium Square in Leeds in July.
Okay.
Good show.
We got soaked through and sang every word. Was it a wet one in Leeds then, was it?
It was. We did bring the rain many days on that little tour. I think it was Manchester just before. That was a good run. Yeah, Edinburgh, Manchester, Leeds. It was a good run. And it is a cliche, but when it's going well, everybody ignores the rain. They do.
Of course.
Yeah, it was the whole tour with Suede. It was quite murky, shall we say.
Yeah.
Perfect weather.
But it just helped the lights, the atmosphere. Obviously, you feel, sorry for the fans at times, but there's just some sort of abandonment. You just think, well, I'm this wet, I'm going to go for it. Yeah. So it does work in your favour sometimes. And with that Kylie track in particular, because I added a few lyrics. She had written most of the words, but it was really sweet. Again, after that T-shirt in 91, getting a couple of lyrics off her to work on, and then Jim's, writing the songs. It was an amazing moment, actually.
It was your title, wasn't it?
It was my title.
Yeah, it was quite a bit more than you think, actually.
I know, but she was. It was just a thrill having her. She hand wrote the lyrics. I should have kept them.
It was a good partnership. It was.
It was.
Kiva's on from Dublin. Hello, Kiva, who says, Happy Six Music T-shirt day. I'm wearing my vintage 90s Manix tee, given to me by a friend from Cardiff while she was clearing out her old house. It was the cover of the Australia single on it. I saw them this summer. Still excellent. Always look out for good band tees in my local record shop in the previously aforementioned Tower Records in Dublin.
Brilliant. One of the best.
There you go. Okay, it's one off, one on. So I bought this T-shirt at Glastonbury last year, maybe the year before, when the Avalanches were on the park stage. It's a nice tee, that, isn't it?
Good one.
Nice.
It's very collegiate, isn't it?
Yes. It does say Since I Left You on it, so I thought we should play this. Another of Manic Street Preachers' choice tonight here on T-shirt Day. The last hour of T-shirt, the last 15 minutes of today's and this year's T-shirt Day. James Dean Bradfield, tell us about East Village then.
Yeah, well, kind of, I suppose what our first proper indie single, Motown Junk, came out on Heavenly Records, and then You Love Us came out after that, the heavenly version of You Love Us. So we have amazing memories of being a heavenly act for 2 records. And as Nick said earlier, we went to Paris with them, and we played on what you would call a heavenly review show, I suppose, where it was East Village, St. Etienne, Flowered Up. We'd be playing these shows with all these other heavenly bands.
Which is the maddest sort of.
Yeah, why did they pick us?
People together.
Yeah.
Really.
It shows how open-minded they were,
And still are, right? It's still, they have
absolutely.
Kneecap on the label now.
Yeah,
doing
really
it.
like Katie J. Pearson.
Katie J. Pearson as well.
Yeah.
So I've got the 2 T-shirts, and the one is from when we were on later, when it was kind of almost like the Welsh Night, when Boy Azurga were on, Gwenna were on, we were on, and they had T-shirts specially made with Credit Commun Hyd on, kind of like, so...
Believe in Magic.
Yeah, me and you have got those T-shirts, but I've got a Heavenly T-shirt from when there was 1995, and they did a party for the War Child record, the first War Child album, I think, which Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. We put that on there. And it was just a big party to raise awareness for people buying the album and stuff. And I've got that's a 1995 proper old Levi's Socialism Heavenly T-shirt. Ooh. It's proper. That's definitely, I would never lose that one. It was at the Grosvenor, I think.
Those are the days.
Yeah. Budgets. a big charity party in a big posh place.
Yeah. There's another message here. It says, could you tell James and Nikki that they've produced the best T-shirt on the Generation Terrorist tour? It made me look indie, intellectually cool in the sixth form lunchtime queue. Brilliantly worn until it fell apart. That's from Paul in North Berwick. Thanks for your message, Paul. We'll pass all of these on. Please tell the boys we had their CD on repeat in my 21-year-old car for 2 months. Slash and Burn still sounds epic. Possibly my favourite album opener of all time.
Yeah, it's a good riff.
It's Phil in Sleepy Shurston. Okay, I'm going next. This is my Mogwai T-shirt in a delicious bright yellow. You're a fan of Mogwai, James and Nikki?
Yeah. That was a bit. Young Team was my first kind of like introduction into them. Young Team was my first introduction to Mogwai.
Yeah.
And then they supported us on This My Truth tour, was it?
They did, the whole tour.
Yeah.
Which was great.
They were heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Was it loud?
I think remember Stuart he said something like, at that point, my guitar tech, John, was doing my pedals for me, and he was just like, no man should ever touch your pedals.
Let's listen to this. This is Glasgow Mega Snake. It's Mogwai. Mogwai with Glasgow Mega Snake. On today's T-shirt day, thank you on behalf of everyone here at Six Music for getting involved with all of your incredible pictures and all of your stories and all the memories that all your T-shirts hold. I'm sorry if we didn't get around to shouting you out or playing your T-shirt. We played as many as we possibly can, and well, of course, T-shirt's not just for T-shirt day, it's for every day of the year, so we'll get ready for next year now. Thanks for getting involved, everybody. Really appreciate it. And thank you so much to James Dean Bradfield and Nicky Wire from Manic Street Preachers for coming in to see us with Decline of Fall, which we played earlier on, sounding amazing. We'll eagerly await news of more music, Nicky.
Oh yeah, it won't be long.
Okay.
It's all coming.
Okay. And thank you for getting all the T-shirts out. So some honourable mentions for the ones we didn't get to. You brought an Adwife T-shirt in.
Yeah. When James did a remix, they very kindly sent. I wore this one to death because it's good quality cotton, and I do like a good cotton.
Yeah.
So very much. And this David Bowie one is interesting because this is actually an All Saints T-shirt who we actually sued for doing one of our T-shirts, All Saints the company,
right?
Because they nicked Mitch Akida's picture and didn't ask us, so we sued him and got some money. But and it's, what's the phrase? Beautiful melancholy.
Oh yeah.
So this is a rare one.
Wow.
A company in America just actually used a picture of us to represent what cool young people look like.
That's true.
But from the 90s.
Okay.
Divine Youth.
Dramatic pause. Oh, amazing. And James, honourable mentions for ones we didn't get around to from your T-shirt collection tonight?
I think we had a Holidays in the Sun one, Sex Pistols one, which I think Nick has lent me many times for a photo shoot and on tour and stuff and everything. We're not close enough to swap clothes all the time. We're not in the same physical group either. But kind of that one is kind of like a travel between us quite a lot.
My daughter has nicked a lot on my best ones. I did when I went into my cupboards today. I realised a lot on my Nirvana and Courtney Love ones in particular, and New York Dolls seem to have disappeared.
It's kind of I got a Young Marble Giants one year.
We're going to play some Young Marble Giants right now to finish T-shirt day.
When you wear this one, it's almost like somebody gives you a nod in the street. It's like you're in the know. They just go,
You're in the know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
Kurt
you know.
Cobain wore a Young Marble Giants T-shirt, didn't he? And then Courtney Love covered them as well.
Yeah.
So there's a connection there too.
We've always tried to see if we could sample something off the album and make it into a song, but it's never quite come off. But it is one of the greatest domestic noir albums of all time, and it's Welsh.
So unique, isn't it?
I think it's their own domestic. Somebody called it domestic noir, and I think that's a really cool way of describing it.
And there was only one album from Young Marble Giants.
I know, like Pistols.
Right. And as you say, from Cardiff, we're going to play NITA right now. This is Young Marble Giants. Enjoy the rest of your night. Riley & Co. from 9 o'clock. It's the new music Music Fix up next, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon from 4 p.m. Thanks everyone for being in touch and involved with T-Shirt Day, and thanks again Nicky Wire, James Dean Bradfield.
Pleasure.
It's been brilliant. Loads of photos online. This is Young Marble Giants.